What is up, guys? This is your boy Superior Simmer, and today I have some more information regarding The Sims. If you guys like news, updates, and discussions, please hit the sub button, and if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. I also do have an affiliate link with Instagame to bring you guys cheaper games. If you guys click the right side of the screen or the link in the description, you guys will find a bunch of deals on cheaper game titles. They have action RPGs, adventure games, of course simulation, racing. Without further ado, let's get into the content. All right, guys, so we have a lot to cover today. Why you clicked on the video in the first place is there's a little bit of drama going on with the Sims Marketplace. So if you guys don't know what the Sims Marketplace is basically a virtual store inside the game where you can buy a currency called moolah with real money and purchase things like objects, new hairstyles, clothing, etc. And then you can add that to your game. Now, apparently there's a lot of drama going on right now because The Sims has released a new single hairstyle for $2+. I did actually go into the marketplace and check for myself what this was, and it's called the Celine hairstyle. It costs 200 moolah, which I think about is like 2 USD. It might be more depending on where you live. And it's like this very like wavy, lopsided like hairstyle. I'm not gonna lie, I think the hairstyle looks fire. Like I know that's crazy to say given like my stance on everything, but you guys know me, I don't hate just to hate. If I like something, I'm gonna say it. I do like the hairstyle. I know a lot of people don't, but I think the hairstyle does look really cool. It's very different from what we've gotten over the years with like Sims 4 packs. Would I buy the hairstyle? No, but I think the hairstyle is unique. I kind of like the look of it. It's very different. I think some of the colors that they're showcasing as well, the hairstyle look really good as well. Now you're probably wondering, Superior, why is this hairstyle like $2? Like that's a lot of money, right? Like kind of going into like kit territory, right? With that pricing. From my understanding, the reason why this hairstyle is $2 is because that's basically 3 different hairstyles. So they're all identical variations of it. So the first one here, it has a butterfly clip, as you guys can see, kind of like onto the left side of the hair. And then the second one is the hairstyle with the crystal branch clip. So you have like this crystal clip, and I guess this is advertised for like more formal looks. And then of course, if you don't want any accessories, you want more of like a clean silhouette, is that what they call it? There is a version with no accessory. So you're basically getting 3 hairstyles, but technically speaking, you're not getting 3 hairstyles because it's just one hairstyle with different accessories. So I would love to know in the comments down below, do you guys think this is worth $2? Because again, it's not 3 different unique hairstyles. It's just one with different accessories. So I can see why people are upset. And again, this whole marketplace situation is just greedy and disgusting. I'm not hating on anyone who I guess like buys this stuff or joins it or becomes like a CC creator, because again, this is what they do. They recruit basically CC people and make objects and then sell it through like EA. From what I remember, like the rules that they have when you join this thing is very wild to me. I think there's like a 70-30 split. Creator who creates everything gets like a 30, and then the 70 goes to EA. If you decide to upload your CC to the marketplace, you can't upload it on Patreon because again, it goes against their rules. And if you decide to leave, you're like, you know what, like I'm done, you can't take the CC that you've put up in the marketplace with you. Like that is theirs forever. And apparently I could be wrong, but if you pass away, the CC I think either gets disabled. I'm not sure, either they keep selling or it gets disabled, but I'm pretty sure the earnings from that CC doesn't go to like your family or next of kin. Like, I don't think they have it set up like that because, again, it's EA. Like, EA only cares about money. I remember this one person was saying, oh, like, this is them being greedy. Like, this is not just them trying to make money. Like, everything they do is obviously to make money. This is them trying to police all the CC paywall stuff. So I'm kind of confused why people don't think that's what's going on here. Like, this is clearly them trying to control it. That 70-30 split is a telltale sign of them just saying, we're going to break you off a little piece, but that's it. Like, they don't really want to be doing all that, right? It's very obvious with the whole split situation. So, and again, a lot of people have said this. I've said this. I feel like the only people who will join this is people who are trying to get as much money as they can because maybe they have stuff for their Patreon and then they have stuff they want to put on the market so they can get as much money because they're a very popular CC creator. Or maybe you have a lot of really good stuff, but you're just not well known. So this is kind of like how you get your name out there. But I feel like either way, this is just not like the best thing for a CC creator in my personal opinion. But again, to each their own. I'm not here to judge people. But yeah, that's another reason why people just don't like the marketplace. And I've seen tweets too. Like people say like the marketplace in general, to me, is garbage. Like when you look at the Sims 3 store and you compare it to the marketplace, it's not even, you can't even compare the two, bro. Like it's just not, it's just like a night and day thing. The Sims 2 store has so much premium exclusive content, new worlds, okay, new gameplay objects, really good like cast items, hairstyles, clothing, stuff that would make you want to buy sim points and buy these things. The Sims marketplace, yes, it's just starting out, so maybe that's their plan in the future, to add new worlds and like I guess brand new gameplay objects you can't get anywhere else. Like they're gonna make it like exclusive to the marketplace. But as of right now, they don't really have a lot of premium stuff. So like on top of it being greedy, the marketplace is just garbage in general. So it's like, god damn, you know. And then you do stuff like this with this $2 hairstyle, and of course people are gonna get upset. I've seen a bunch of comments of people just saying in general they don't like the marketplace because again the stuff is just really trash. But then there's other people that are just making fun of this hairstyle, and you know, people are saying kits look like a better deal now because the marketplace is just so like money hungry and greedy, which is insane that we're like now looking at kits as like a bang for your buck because the marketplace is just so shit. It's like, bro, like you can't make this shit up. It's insane. And I find it very funny too that like originally they made it so you had to buy kits through the store with the moolah currency, but because the marketplace has been just again on a like downwards trend, they end up putting the kits back in the EA store. I don't know if they even left, but that was like their plan. So again, it's just like, I don't know, you guys just don't know what you're doing clearly. So yeah, I would love to know you guys' thoughts and opinions on this whole situation. I think this is just another day in the Sims 4 community. Unfortunately, I think this is just wild. I think the hairstyle does look cool, but again, I wouldn't buy it. It's not worth the money. So yeah, that's insane. I'm gonna do a very quick recap because we kind of covered this already with the laundry list. So starting off with the live stream, this update is coming May 12th. They covered other new cast items like the base layers, which was very detailed in terms of the customization with the layers. I think this is like a neat addition to the game. I think the layers will again bring out more customization to the very basic cast that we have. Again, not all the cast items are bad, but this will definitely like level it up a bit. So yeah, to recap, they said there will be 8 options for adult Sims. That includes 1 turtleneck, 1 t-shirt, 2 tank tops, and then a binder, a sports bra, and then a strapless bra. There are 4 options for children, 2 being tank tops and then 2 being long sleeve shirts. And then for toddlers, they get 2 base layers, a long sleeve shirt, and then a simple t-shirt. So yeah, the layer itself looks like clothing. It doesn't just look like skin. I know they've like talked about making it look realistic and not weird, and they definitely did that. They also showed some like transparent clothing as well. So there's this one shirt where it does have a little bit of holes, like it's kind of like a fishnet thing. But once you put a layer on, it actually does change the color of the t-shirt because of that layer. So again, I gotta give it to them. Like I feel like the details when it comes to the layers looks good. Now it might have some visual glitches once we finally get it. We don't know. I feel like any update we get with The Sims 4 is going to break. But from what I saw off the live stream, it looks like it does work. Now moving on to like build mode, very quickly they showed off the new infant playmat and the different swatch colors. I actually covered this in my laundry list video. If you have not checked that out, please do. Again, nothing crazy with that. And there was a bunch of obviously like live mode and I'm just gonna say free will fixes. So there was the black photo fixes, the infant interaction issues, no secret witness sentiment for engaged Sims witnessing woohoo, can't place item error for new and old saves, and the Sims stuck with a scandal fix in new and old saves. And then there was a bunch of quality of life changes for infants. I covered this already, but Sims getting water on their own has now been kind of reduced. Apparently there was like a hidden thirst motive of if Sims are woken up by loud noise like a radio or television, they're supposed to wake up and turn it off. They will dance less, and apparently they won't pass out due to energy failure if they've just got into bed. And then moving on to all the infant changes, so there's fixes to pick up and put down, caregivers freezing, etc. should overall play better. Things were fixed to allow adult Sims to have lives outside of caregiving. Milestones are now easier and take less time to attain. Care interactions are now moved from the front of the pie menu, making them easier to find when looking through interactions. Changing an infant's diaper is now 1/3 of the time it used to take, and then feeding an infant also takes 1/3 of the time it used to take as well. And then there's mess from bottles and diapers will now be autonomously, I know I'm saying that wrong, cleaned up by Sims after caring for infants. And the Sims will also put them on the ground way less than they used to, now preferring like play mats and cribs, etc. And then there's future updates to fix issues with the free will surrounding food, drinking, and then dining. There's also other things like the check infant interaction is the first in the queue, can now be canceled by the player. They're still working on it being cancelable if it is further back in the queue. More clear notifications for noises waking infants up, like from televisions, radios, etc. These notifications are true notifications, but they also come in the form of buffs and a small pop-up over the infant's head. There's a pie menu, no longer shows the actions to bathe infants or change their diapers if they're sleeping. And then a disabled caregiver free will for infant setting, meaning that all care interactions must be manually done. There's a warning attached since this means you may be taking care of infants and forcing Sims to do so. Sims will continue to socially interact with the infant but will not feed, change, bathe, carry, etc. And then backup saves have been changed. Next to the delete button, the recover save button will now have more backups. It originally had 5 but would overwrite often whenever players hit save. Save files will now have backups as old as 1 month. So that's pretty much kind of like the live stream. Again, shout out to the Sims community for the recap. I did watch it myself, but I kind of left early and came back in between because like just the stream was just kind of boring. Now, from what I've seen, a lot of people weren't happy with the live stream because they didn't really go over like, you know, the 150 plus fixes they've been promoting. They mostly talked about the layers and the quality of life changes to like the infants and just like their sim overall. So people weren't really happy with that. So yeah, I don't blame people for being kind of frustrated. I think like, especially them coming back to like doing these live streams and actually engaging with chat in real time, this is the time for them to take the stage and kind of talk more in depth with the fixes and stuff. But they didn't really go into deep with that. It was kind of like very surface level. So it is what it is, I guess. Now I'm going over this very quickly, but there are 2 new kits coming to the Sims 4, and these are the 2 Sims 4 Bridgerton kits. But yeah, there's 2 Bridgerton kits coming to the Sims 4. One is a cast kit and the other one is a build buy kit. So Bridgerton, if you guys don't know, is a Netflix show, and basically what happens is they all go into like this pod and they're trying to figure out if like they can fall in love without actually seeing each other. But the thing is, when they're in these like pods, they don't know what the person looks like. They can only go by their voice. So yeah, that's basically what Bridgerton is. But yeah, both kits come out May 14th. There also is some screenshots with some of the cast items. So there's new dresses, I think a bassinet, there is a gazebo, a piano. I think those are like the exclusive items. I personally feel like this is leftover garbage from Recycled and Legacy. I'm very indifferent with these items. I feel like this is like definitely for an acquired taste. Like they don't look bad, but I just feel like why would you buy this kit? I feel like if you're really trying to lean into the whole Bridgerton vibes, like you can do that. Also, to be clear, that was a Love and Blind description. I was just trying to be funny. But yeah, these dresses are okay, I guess, but personally, just I don't think this kit is worth the money, just based off like from what I'm looking at. I know there's been a lot of complaints with the Recycle Legacy expansion. People kind of wanted more of like a medieval theme. I know people wanted like more like dragons, more of like a Game of Thrones or something, just like Sims Medieval inspired. And I feel like they kind of went the Bridgerton route, unfortunately, with the scandals and all that stuff. I feel like this is one of the reasons why I feel like the game is just catered to a certain audience. I feel like it's always focused on the simmer girlies. And I know some people are gonna roll their eyes at me, but I do feel like this game is for everyone. And I feel like they're way too focused on just making that type of content. And I actually have a separate video coming out talking more about this. As a male simmer who plays Sims, I feel like we're not being represented enough. There's not enough masculine just objects stuff focused on us, and I would love to like just give examples and talk about my experience, because nobody cares. I feel like a lot of people think like guys don't play Sims, and like they do, bro. They just don't talk about it, but they do. Like we're here, we're in the room. Okay, I'm living proof, bro. But yeah, with that being said, that's all for today. If you guys made it to the end of this video, I appreciate you so much. Thank you for watching. Hope you guys have a good day and take care.